Hey guys, so Joey and I are taking a break from talking crypt because we're kind of getting bored with that life right now. So but we like movies, and so we're giving you our top 7 unique love story movies. So
We'll see. I'm gonna say if you're like me, I don't know. I have a hard time figuring out love stories that stick with me. So that's why we say unique, because not just any romance will do for me, right?
you are very unique.
Yeah.
Okay,
So number 7.
number 7, and this is more just a runner up because everybody has seen Titanic, Jack and Rose, and of course they happen to meet on the ill-fated Titanic.
Rich girl, poor guy, not poor guy,
Yeah,
not rich guy.
for the billion-dollar movie that it was, it was very cliche. And dude, Rose, what's up with leaving Jack to drown? I mean, I thought you said you'd never let go. You let him go. You could have put him. There was room on that board. So, I mean,
it was a beautiful story though, in that he got her to see a whole different world that she probably never would have seen if it hadn't been for him. So it did make the list.
Number 6.
I can't even see that.
The Notebook.
Oh, The Notebook. Okay. The Notebook is kind of the same deal. One's rich, one's poor, and they happen to meet through some, I think, friends or one of them's family member or something, and they instantly fall in love, and they teach each other things, and they learn and grow from each other, and they really spend their whole lives together. What I like about this one is that through whatever happens, like I think he goes to the army at some point, and just like all these things happen that drive them apart, they end up finding each other again and getting back with each other and realizing like how much better their lives are with each other in them, and they build their family, they build their lives together, then they die together. And then literally they die together. Like
they even go to the same nursing home, and she gets Alzheimer's,
which is so sad because the whole story, like he's telling her like a book about their lives, right? And some parts, like, because you don't know that at first that it's her, and I don't think I'm spoiling anything, this is an old movie, and she'll remember some things, and then she won't remember some things, and she'll be like, who are these people? And they're like her children or her grandchildren or something, right? Which is so sad. But I know, because I would hate if one of us didn't remember the other one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I made her list because I made us cry.
Damn it.
It was a very good movie.
So moving on to number 5. Now, number 5, you probably didn't see. It came out last year, mid-year. It was called Love, Simon. Now, it could have easily been just a teen flick, and yeah, you see it for an hour and a half, and you just forget about it. However, the thing about Simon is he's closeted gay.
That's why A, it made our list, and B, it made it higher than the other two, I guess. Because, I mean, not that that's weird, but I'm happy. I'm thrilled that somebody made a movie of that because, it's generally seen as
It
something
shows
you don't talk about or something that's not right or so I'm happy. I'm glad.
it shows that we have more acceptance in the times.
Yeah.
There were several movies last year that had a kind of a gay love thing going on.
Simon's a teenager in school, and he's doing some like online pen pal thing or something, right? And he's writing to this guy, but he's of course going under a pen name, so no one knows who anybody is. And then this guy's writing him back, and he doesn't know, like no one knows who anyone is until something, it gets Simon's letter gets leaked out. And so then the whole school finds out that he's gay, and then like nobody, his family didn't even know, like no one knew before this. And so he goes through all the teenage, anger, confusion, sadness, like, and you're just like, dude, tell your family already, it's okay, But it's what, I mean, I'm sure teenagers and just people go through, and of course he finds his love in the end, and
Yeah, live happily ever after. So sweet.
Hopefully. But that was a very cute movie, and I'm really glad, despite his sarcasm.
I'm not being sarcastic.
He loved it.
I'm not being sarcastic at all.
But Guy was kind of still. Was he well off too? Like so far, all these are kind of like about people well off, and then maybe the other one's not so well off. But I like the story a whole lot.
So
number 4.
Moulin Rouge. Now,
set back in the 1800s, right?
Yeah, turn of the century.
France, right?
Yeah.
And so
now, if you could get past the opening number, which was like insane.
It wasn't bad.
It was insane.
It was hyper. It was very. Moulin Rouge is a musical, so that's one thing to be said about this movie.
It was a very. After you got past that opening number, it was a really interesting love story between Ewan McGregor's character and Nicole Kidman's character.
He's a writer that just moved to France to pursue his career and dream. And she is a brothel? What do they call? A brothel worker?
She is she is a courtesan. That's why it's known as a prostitute. So it's not necessarily, it's not unheard of. I mean, you go back.
Well, the whole idea of true love is to change, not change, like you see what you like in somebody and you love that person for it, and you're willing to look past all their stuff, but also hoping they see that you're going to stick with them and love them and want to be better people. So,
despite their past, that's the core of that. And yes, it's been done. And
of course, she has a hard time, like falling in love because of her profession. She just, in fact, I think she's quoted for saying in the movie at one point, if he doesn't have any money, then what's she doing with him,
Yeah.
And so he, of course, has to get her to see past that, and that he does love her for who she is, and it's not just some job or some thing. It's a feeling, and it's a real thing going on here. And then she has feelings for him too. And then there's I guess her job finds out,
and tries to persuade her to leave him alone. So it's kind of a Romeo and Juliet kind of a thing too. Then she gets TB, and it ends badly. So
Hey,
that
don't ever make Ewan McGregor cry, because that guy is so believable in his sadness. I mean, just always keep that guy happy, because
now, truth be told, I'm going to throw this out there. Truth be told, the guy with the prostitute was done 10 years earlier with Richard Gere and Julia Roberts. So it's not unheard of, but it's still different nonetheless.
maybe it's sort of going to matter too. That was cute.
Yeah, it was cute.
I think it did change her, because she wanted a better life anyway, but she really didn't know how to do that. And so this was just kind of not her ideal solution, which she says, but it was just what she had to do right now.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah.
But
So
so
made number 4 for the uniqueness, for the times, the passion, I guess.
yep. Moving on to number 3. Another one was, you might have missed it, was Her.
Who, me?
Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of computerish sometimes. No. And it had Joaquin Phoenix, and I can't think of, I want to say Charlize Theron did the voice of her. Anyways, she was an AI.
It's set in the future.
And they're like maid companions for you, but you weren't supposed to like
I don't think
get crazy
they
involved.
quite made them that, like, she just evolved by herself. So he's kind of a loner, like, he's kind of a weird guy, right? And I guess ladies don't really find him attractive, and so he's lonely, and he's kind of a weird guy. But so he gets his program, and first it starts, of course they're just testing it out first, and he's like, write this email for me, do this, do that, well,
Kind of like a geeked up Alexa.
yeah. So the programs are made to, of course, remember what they do and kind of get a feel for what they like and what their preferences are and stuff. So this guy, being lonely, starts talking to his, like, she could be a girlfriend, could be a companion to him. And
He takes it to an unhealthy level.
now we did say unique love stories. So yeah, you're not gonna just go find this in the Titanic section of
Yeah, this would be more in your sci-fi section, and of course, anybody that knows the sci-fi genre, the whole idea is that there's a, technology, and of course the technology has to screw up, and you have to figure out how to figure it out. So yeah, go back to the way it was, which is kind of the way what he had to do. Now,
she kind of like ran off. Like then she started talking to other AI programs of like what his neighbors or just some other, and then she kind of like, I guess like cheats on him, right? Kind of ways like, oh, I love you too, but this AI
over here, yeah.
So it's kind of weird, and and that they don't end up together, and so
yeah. And we did a slash on this one because there was also a movie called Ex Machina, and that was more of it still had an AI bit to it, but she was more a physical being.
She was very physical.
Yeah, very physical.
So this guy lives like on like some island somewhere, right?
Yeah, he's a scientist, and he recruits this guy to help him with his experiments. And he meets, yeah, he does. That's a badass house. But he meets, yeah, and he meets his, the AI, the experiment, and immediately falls in love with her. I mean, she's not a bad-looking face, and what she does have a body is, I mean, she's got all the curves and everything.
She looks like a woman. She's not a CG or a hologram, or she's like a.
But
so
come to find out that my mad scientist dude has been killing chicks and using their bodies to make his create his chicks.
This lady has nice arms. I think I need this for my experiment.
Yeah, and they actually show his inventory, and it's like full frontal naked
Isn't there like a maid
suits. Yeah.
Killed the maid for some part of her or something?
Yeah.
She's a collection of real women and with an AI brain, and so this college guy, like he
wants to help her get shit. He starts getting into her thought processes, and of course she's an AI, she's going to learn more and more and more, so she wants to get out, and he's already human. He wants to get out because mad scientist dude wants to take him out.
Yeah, he's starting to feel like
he gets jealous.
But also, I mean, he's just kind of like was stuck there.
Yeah.
He can't leave.
He can't
see his family for Christmas or whatever. He's just stuck there.
Yep.
With this
and
it's a learning experience. Yeah, but
at what price?
So he's thinking he's just gonna like run off with this girl, get her out of here, because he kind of saw like maybe she was being, I guess not like abused, like kind of maybe abused, like she was. Like he started developing feelings for her and just getting like, well, this isn't right what this guy's doing to her. He's keeping her prisoner and all this stuff, and so I need to get out of here. She needs to get out of here. We can just run off together, and I'll take her back to the city and start dating her, right?
Yeah.
But
So yeah, that's we got a slash on that. I hyphenate on that one.
but that's
So
how it ends up.
yeah.
So
So number 2, Phantom of the Opera.
now this has been one of my favorite stories forever. And you guys know in another video we
We can
saw
see it on Broadway.
in 2004. And so we've seen the show. We've watched like all the variations of the movies. Jason's read the book. I haven't read the book, but
Yeah, it was pretty different.
it was different. Yeah, it was a lot different. So this guy, why is it always guys? Just kidding. This guy, he's in the opera house, and like all the versions are different though. He becomes disfigured, but they're all state this differently how he becomes disfigured. So he hides in the opera house, and there's like all the ballerina students you know,
All the dancers,
dancers.
but he is gravitated to one, and that's
So like I think he knew her dad or something. That's how he. Well, that's what it tells
supposedly.
her.
Yeah.
So
Well,
falls in love with her.
when her dad died, she had said that he had told her the story of an angel of music was going to teach her how to be something and everything. So after he died, she was taken into the opera house, and by that time, his name was Eric. He was in the catacombs of the opera house, and he took a liking to her, and he decided to play the angel of music. And
So now when you think of romance, you know, you think maybe, you know, person meets person, they fall madly in love and can't stay apart from each other, you know, that's the Notebook. But Phantom of the Opera, I mean, he's like 20 years older than she is, right, at least?
yeah, at least.
And he, you know, like Jason said, he takes it upon himself to tell this girl, like, basically he's her savior. He'll do anything for her, all these things. And all she's got to do is love him. But because of his disfigurement, he is never wants to be seen. You know, he's embarrassed by it. He doesn't know what people would think, and he's angry about it. And so, you know, but one day he kidnaps her, right? And so we're kind of going beyond.
He's jealous of her real boyfriend. And
Yeah.
takes it upon himself to rectify the situation, or as they say in The Shining, correct the situation.
But she sees his face and she freaks out. And I mean, like I said, each version is different about how they go about the main
The freakiest version.
thing, but
The freakiest version is the silent version with Lon Chaney Jr. or Lon Chaney, and I'll put a picture up there of him so you guys can see. Yeah, but that's why it's made number 2.
yes, he gets out, she tells everyone he's down there, he came back to. But then it's a whole big mess.
It's a whole big mess.
But this guy, I mean, it's just so, because he's so, like, I guess delusional in his madness, that he believes that, like, this is love, and that if she could just get past his face, that she would love him, and they could live together forever. But I'm really, like, this is really what he thinks, I think. It's not some
Yeah.
And from his standpoint, this is their romance. This is their relationship. And of course, that's not how, it works, but it's just his feelings for her, like his level of love, I guess. Even in his delusion, that because I'm really into psychology and everything, and so that I was like, well, this is a unique love story for sure. I mean, but yeah.
So, and our number one movie is Warm Bodies.
I was gonna say drum roll. Okay. Number one, Warm Bodies. So they live in a zombie apocalyptic world. Is that right?
Yeah, post-apocalyptic world.
And so there's a colony of humans, and they are just, I guess they don't know what to do anymore. They're just looking for supplies. I mean, the world is just turned zombie and weird shadow demon people, and so these people go out looking for meds and candy or whatever, stuff that they can use for meds and candy. That's cool. And they are overrun by zombies, and one zombie eats a dude. Well, it turns out that it's the main character's boyfriend. But the unique thing about this story is that the zombies, like as they eat people, they get their memories, and so it's not like other zombie things where these guys can't think and they just eat and eat and eat and they're mindless, feelingless whatevers. As they eat people, it kind of sucks that they have to eat somebody first, but they'll get their memories and their feelings, and they kind of start like getting more human. And so,
which totally turns the whole zombie genre on its ear, because
I don't think ever this has been done before.
No, I don't remember ever hearing it reversing the whole situation.
Yeah, because usually once that happens, your brain dies, your body is just working on impulse now and all this. So yeah, so then this guy starts liking the girl because he's got her boyfriend's memories, and then therefore he wants to protect her from the other zombies and the other demon things. And she's kind of course she's scared at first because she doesn't know he killed her boyfriend, but it's a zombie, right? They've been trained to believe that
they're evil.
Yeah, they're evil, they're lifeless, all these things, and this guy.
Besides, her mom was already being killed.
Yeah, by one of them.
By one, yeah. Yeah.
It's Nicholas Hoult, and who was
in X-Men.
And who's the... I don't know the lady. She did a good job, though. So yeah, he feels the need to protect her, and he wants to tell her he loves her, but I mean, he's not quite there yet. I mean, it's not. He's been a zombie so long. It's he doesn't know how. But the reason I like this so much is because it's like as she learns that he's getting more human, like she learns to see past his ailment, I guess you could say, and to know and to see that he is like A, he's trying, and B, he's a person who was afflicted with something, and maybe if she just loves him, if the community could love them and include them, that they will be okay. They'll turn human and they'll be people again, you know? It was really interesting that it was like that week, that same week that we had seen it, and then our pastor at church,
Pastor in church talked about it.
made
It
that
was
to tell
yeah,
me.
yeah. It was part of the sermon. It was pretty cool.
And we're like, we saw that movie.
Yeah.
But he was talking about that too, and that's what I was thinking as we were watching it. Like, somebody loves somebody so much that they could just see past their ailment and love them anyway and help that person become a better person, you know, become better versions of themselves. And so that's why I thought it was the cutest and the most deserving of the #1 slot.
So, guys, thank you for listening to us. And we know we were a little bit long-winded, but hey, it was fun. And if you guys saw any movies that you thought were unique and different in those stories, then leave them down there in the comments and tell us about them. Because I was thinking of several that we didn't talk about while we were going at it.
See, we put this off for like a week because we were trying to think of what could go
But,
#1, 2, and 3.
So, anyways, guys.
But we have other ones. If you guys like this one, we're thinking of a scary movie one. We're thinking of a comedy movie one.
Yep. So, like us, subscribe to us, ring the bell for our next vlog. Be good to each other. We love you, and we'll check you later.